today we're gonna create so we can actually spawn some items in randomly. So it's gonna randomly generate in your world when you start random, completely random items. I don't know if Subnautica actually does that. I highly doubt it, but I think like ores and so on, they randomly spawn them in. I already have the asset. You probably can get it from Sketchfab or in Discord, where I'm probably gonna try to drop it in. And right here we're just gonna change the mesh to scrap. Reset the color. Right here, go to base and let's add quantity 1 and VP scrap. So we have the item, we can pick it up and so on. To make it spawnable, we're gonna go to blueprint class and create an actor called the VP spawner item spawner. And we're gonna have a box, because how we're gonna make it is everything in the box, well, it's gonna spawn in the box basically. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to spawn in the box, not outside of it. So to do that, we're gonna do a for loop, and the last index will be the spawn amount. So you can have that instance editable, expose it on spawn. So it's basically public, and what it means is gonna go from 0 to whatever amount you want. It's a loop. So we're gonna do a line trace. Why we are doing line trace? Because we have like these rocks. We have rocks, we have mountains, we have basically things that we can collide with. So if we have like I don't know, like for example, submarine somewhere here, it's not gonna go through the submarine. It's going to go like, it's gonna hit the submarine and spawn it in. So basically how it's gonna go, we get the box, get world location, then get a box, get half, was it? No. Get scalable box extend. And right here from the get world location, we're just gonna get a random point, I think, in the bounding box. What it does, it just gets a random point. This is the half size. And right here, we're gonna add 200 to the Z value. So it's basically like a mini offset. And for the end of it, so where it's going to hit basically, we just subtract, not an integer, but a float, and this will be spawn distance, I guess, or height offset, and this is the end. So if we add it for duration, so we can actually see it, and make this distance 100. Let's of course spawn the box in. Let's make it 500 by 500 by 200, something like that. So if you play, you cannot really see anything because we need spawn amount. So set it to 200, for example, and you can see there's 201 little dots. If you add like 20, now there's 20. If we made the spawn distance to, for example, 10,000, you can see the lines are bigger and they actually hit something. So now we can actually test it out if we hit something. So if we do false, we can do missed. So if we play, you can see there's a lot of objects that actually missed, and that is not good. Let's make this actually the box 100 maybe. Now there's less misses. Let's make it a little bit higher, because maybe it doesn't collide with something and so on. Oh damn. Oh, it does. And right here you can see there's none actually. So this is perfect distance where it should be. So if you add, for example, 200, you can see there will be misses. Of course there will be, but mostly it hits, and that is good. So when it hits something, we just spawn the actor in, we get the break, not the we get the hit, and right here we have this impact norm. Make a rotation Z and add that to the rotation. So you have to split the transform, and the spawn transform is impact point. Default always spawn. No, try to adjust the location, but always spawn. In the class, we're just gonna do a random array. So this is actors, and this will be actor class reference, and it's an array. So now you can add as many items as you want. For example, scrap and a rock. These will be completely random, so we get that a random array, and we just plug that in, and that is it. Really simple. So if you play, if you swim, you can see this is the rock, this is the weird ass rock, so you can take that. If you go to full screen, you can see there's a lot of them. There should be scrap somewhere. It's really hard to actually see the scrap one, I think. But there should be. I'm staying positive. Right here you can see. It's really tiny though. Should have actually made it a little bit bigger. But you can see scrap metal. Tiny scrap metal, so we have now 3 scrap. You can just collect them. So that's about it. Next time we're gonna actually add some visuals to it, because we don't have oxygen. We don't have anything to indicate that we are trying to pick something up, what is really bad. And yeah, we're gonna try to basically add health, all the visuals that we need, and we should probably take this away, so let's do none. And now we have spawnable, super random, and you can see it actually adjusts to the environment as well, so it spawns where it should be. Spawns really neatly actually. I really like it. Probably not the best idea. There's like 20 million ways to actually do this, but I found this as the simplest and the best way for this kind of environment.